tonight. Promise, baby, I will never stop. Today's you to the last drop. Till we reach your ecstasy. It's whatever you like. We gonna do it when we make love tonight. Alright, let's go. You in there? Yeah, let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to Fearless Perspective, the podcast. I'm your host, Julia, and as you know, this is where you come to hear what common sense sounds like. Listen, you already know what it is. You already know what the vibe is. You know what the energy is. You know what it's giving, okay? You know what it's giving. And it's giving, we're going to talk about the shit. It's what it's giving. That's what we're going to talk about, whatever needs to be talked about, y'all. I promise you, it's going to be my life. It's going to be shit that's going on in the world. Listen, it is what it is, because as we know, there are a lot of things that's going on that we may, we have thoughts about, but we really don't know how to say what we feel about it. I got you. I promise you. Like I said, I got you. I'm just come here. I got you. Just be like, I wonder what Julia's talking about in regards to X, Y, and Z. Just come here. I got you. And again, thank you for those who have been listening and subscribing and commenting and sharing and all of that. Like, for real, I appreciate y'all's support. I really do. I really, really and truly do. Y'all rock with me, and I appreciate that. I don't take that shit for granted at all. Listen, I do, because because the simple fact of it is, you can be listening to anybody else right now on this platform. You can be giving your listening hours and watch hours to anybody else, but you chose to come here. So I appreciate you, for real. I don't take that. Y'all know me. Y'all know me. I don't be just saying the shit. I appreciate you. Like, for real. I do. So anyway, so today is going to be a cool show. We're going to talk about a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? I have some friends that I love having good intellectual conversations with friends and things like that. And I'm able to have these conversations, and like, we listen to each other. We gain insight, we gain knowledge, we gain understanding and things like that. And it's no one's getting offended. Like, y'all just don't even understand. But anyway, before we get into all of that, before we get into some cool topics, as always, I need y'all to pour up, and pull up. All right, y'all. Cheers, y'all. I got a little tequila sunrise. That's what I was kind of feeling today. So, Oh yeah, hey, you did that one, honey. Good job. You did that one. I don't know why. I don't know. I just been craving those lately. So, and I haven't really been drinking a lot or anything like that lately, because health reasons and things like that. And so that's, I'll get into that topic another day. I just can't wear jewelry right now because my hands are so swollen and things like that. But they're doing much better, I can honestly say. So I'll talk about that another day. But I'm fine. I'm fine. I am fine. I promise you, I am good. God is good. God is good. That's all I can say. We'll talk about that another day. But like, what's been going on? Let's see. This weekend, I went to the Atlanta Spring Wine Fest. So that was a good time. It was a different look. It was more so young people. Usually it's like late 20s on up, and it's a lot of the on up. But I don't know where they was at. I don't know where they were at this weekend, but they weren't there, and it was just a lot of young people there. And it was just like, where's my age? So me and my friend, we went. Me and him were like, it's different. Yeah, it's different. It's a little different, but we still had a good time, because me and him always have a good time. And then we left there and went to the Dogwood Fest at Piedmont Park, which was cool. It was my first time going. And I mean, I don't know the point of it. It was just, just a bunch of different vendors selling art and things like that, and food trucks. But that seems like that's every festival here. I don't know. But the Wine Fest was great, because they give you a souvenir cup when you walk in, fill it with mimosas, and then you just go from tent to tent for whatever you like, What I will say, that, like I said, the younger crowd was, it was just a lot of younger people who, the mimosa line was backed up out the ass. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, I get it. That's what they drink, because that's all they know from brunch. But the red wine and the white wine and the rose lines. You could in and out. You was there. You was good. In and out. I was like, oh, they don't know no better. But we're glad you're here. So hopefully you find something, because I love wine. I love wine. Wine is so, like, if you know anything, wine tipsy is it feels better than liquor tipsy. And wine tipsy is a good time. I have a good time when I'm wine tipsy. It's a good time. I don't feel heavy. I don't feel like I'm about to throw up. None of that. It's just wine tipsy. Yeah. But I do love a good cocktail every now and then, But yeah, so it was a good time. I ate a lot of food and I felt it because I'm like, I've been eating pretty well, taking care of my body and my health and things like that. And, you want to eat to keep, inflammation down and stuff like that. So you just, I've been doing a lot of fish, a lot of things like that. And, but I was like, I want a funnel cake. I know I'm not supposed to have this, but I want a funnel cake. Give me that. And I had it and it was so good. It was so good. But yeah, so that was a weekend for me. I hope you guys, have a good weekend or have had a good weekend and things like that. But that was it for me. But like I was saying, I have different topics. Like I have conversations with my friends and it's always so refreshing. I would, oh my God. It's like so refreshing being able to have conversations with people, intellectual conversations, and then just regular ass conversations without somebody being offended. Like, and then conversations with people who understand what you're talking about. Like, I love that. And I'll be like, I love that for me. And I'm so glad I have people that I can have those conversations with. So I always get different topics from those conversations. You know what I'm saying? Like, excuse me. So like my friends, like there's a couple of my friends that I do want on the show. We just got to get our schedules together. But I have one friend, she likes... She always tells me we have a good conversation, and me and her, we talk a lot. We talk often, and she's a femme, and that's what I love because she's a grown femme. She's a grown friend. I mean, she is grown, and she is like the ultimate. I call her the ultimate femme, the ultimate like just femininity, just like it's just she's so dope. I love her because like literally, I tell her like you set the standard. Just as my friend, just who you are and whatever, you set the standard for what like I wanted, like for dating, like how a woman is supposed to think, like as far as her maturity level, like how she's supposed to think, what she should think, how she should think, and how she should understand certain things like that. So she sets that, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy because and people are like, why don't you date her? I'm like, that's my friend. Like we cool as friends. Like you know what I'm saying? Like. That's my friend. She's beautiful. She's single, but I might jack y'all up behind her. Not might. I will. I'll jack y'all up behind this friend. But anyway, but yeah. So she's always one that be like, we'll be talking and she'll be like, this is something, put that in your podcast. And I'll be like, well, why don't you come on the show? I can't come. I'll be like, stop playing. Come on the show. Let's talk. Let's have a conversation. Like. But she just be like, it's just, that's a topic for you. I'm like, bro, you killing me. So it's one of these topics. It's, her and I, we have a lot of different kind of conversations. And it'd be like cool just getting each other's like input from, I'm masked and she's film. So we get each other's input. Like she'll ask me something like, what they mean by, or why did they? And I'll be like, I don't know, man. What you say to? Like, what I'm saying? It's fun to me. I love it. So, but yeah, I'll be having like different conversations about dating and stuff like that. All of my friends, especially my single friends, we all out here, we single, and we be having the cool conversations of, how it's been since you've healed from your last situation. You know what I'm saying? And you look at the situation and then you look at where you are now and, how you were in the situation and compared to where you are. It's just like you see the growth. You see like, okay, the acknowledgement, like I was wrong in this or I should have handled this differently. Because I'm one, I tell everybody, I acknowledge what I did wrong. And I have no problem in acknowledging and admitting when I dropped the ball or I didn't get it. Or I didn't understand. I have no problem in acknowledging that. That's how I'm able to just be like, all right. But then, once you also understand the other side of like, okay, this is why they were coming at the way that they were coming is because, oh, well, okay, well then, and then you look at how it's just a lot. I'll just say it's a lot once you're able to start learning and things. So a lot of me and my friends, we always have those kind of conversations as far as like what it took for us to get to that healed place, or that place of elevation as to where we are, maybe in our mental and our emotional being or whatever. It's like, you look at the steps that you had to take and the journeys that you had to go through to get to that. Is healing complete? No, healing is always happening, because you may think you're all the way healed, and then something comes up and you be like, ooh, okay. You know what I'm saying? But you have to face it. If you want to change that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you have to always change things, and that doesn't mean that you have to, lessen or lower your boundaries. No, it just means you need to address it. You need to address it. Why did that make me feel that way? Why was I about to pop off? You know what I'm saying? It's a video my friend sent me today. It's the funniest thing. It was like, when I think I'm healed, until something triggered me off. And it was a guy, he was trying to talk, and he got this little piece of hair at the top. And some lady in the background is just going off, and he just went off. He just was like, yeah, he just starts that. It was the funniest thing, because I was like, that is true. Like, it could be, you think you healed until, you get a text from that person. You just like, golly, don't text me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever, or it's just something, whatever it may be, you just think you're good, and then, but healing is continual, and as long as you're working on it, as long as you're trying to do the work, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you may need to try to always continue to work on the same thing, but just know that, like, work on something else, because that might actually heal the other thing that you know what I'm saying, need to heal, because they may be connected some way in some form. So that's why I say healing is continual. It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop at all. I may be able to get to the point where, I may be somewhere in my healing to where, and initially I couldn't stand a person, like, to even be in their presence. But now I may be in a place where I'm working on my responses, how I respond to things. So now I respond to things differently, because had I not worked on responses, that being in the same room with certain people, not being able to be in the same room with certain people would have caused my response to be different. So by me working on my responses to certain things, now I may be able to be like, okay, I can be in the same room with this person and just not even, and know how to respond to them, or the lack thereof. You see what I'm saying? So it's like it's all connected. You know what I'm saying? And so, but it takes you being self-aware. So like I said, me and my friends, we have a lot of those conversations, and I love a lot of my friends are self-aware. We've become so self-aware about, like I said, what part did we play in things, or where did we go wrong, or what did we see that we shouldn't have gone through with that we did. You know what I'm saying? It's all of that. It's all of that. And that's not to say that we've become this so we can be better than everybody else. No, because I believe that they let me know that there are other people out there that are also doing the work, and that are also healing, and that are also safe. You see what I'm saying? Because before I was like, I can't trust nobody with me. I'm not. But I'm starting to see that in talking to them, and in talking to other people that I may converse with, and, get to know, like, oh, okay, so she is different. Like, she is, and it's cool. And I like that, because again, it kind of, you figure, you're not the only person that's out there that's a rarity. I call us a rare. We're not the only rare ones out there that's not jumping from relationship to relationship because we're afraid of being by ourselves. We're afraid, like I said, these are conversations me and my friends have, and we talk about that, because one day they were like, why are there people that jump from, I said, what I've come to the conclusion of, these people are afraid to sit with themselves, because by me having to sit with myself multiple times, not just in this past situation, but multiple times, you don't like sitting with yourself, because you have to deal with things. You have to hear your thoughts. You gotta face things. And a lot of people don't want to do that. So they don't want to be by themselves. So they jump from person to person, because also they're trying to look for a void to fill that they rather not deal with. And that's just that. I don't care what nobody says. I'm not saying you have to be single for a year. I'm not saying you have to be single for 10 years before you move on to someone else. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying these people who jump from relationship to relationship within months, they do not want to be by themselves. They're looking for the things that they're looking for things in other people that they need to give to themselves. And that's something that I had to learn. I had to love myself the way I want to be loved. I have to really focus on Julia and dive into Julia the way I want others to dive into me. How is it that I can expect someone to be all about me? Not even saying forget about what you do, but just to understand me. If I'm not showing that I understand myself first, because whenever you come and meet me, you're gonna see. Okay, she don't play about her. She don't fuck around with this. Okay, she comes dressed. She comes looking nice. She comes this and this. This is how she's packaged. This is what she feels about herself. You're gonna know. And if you cannot bring that for yourself, because not just for me, but for yourself. If I can't feel that you give that to yourself, we ain't got nothing to talk about. And I mean that. We'd have nothing to talk about. And that's why, like I said, we was talking about confidence. Like, we talk about confidence a lot. Confidence for me is big. I need, like, when I'm looking at, like, if I'm out somewhere and it's a group of people or whatever, or anybody that walks in, like most of the women that I've dated, it was their confidence that drew me. It was that. Most women. There's a certain level of confidence that I need you to have. And it's not even just about dating, but if you walk into a room and you're confident about who you, like, people like, man, she real bold, she was real confident with that outfit, whether it was right or wrong. She was confident with it. Like, we need to take on the level of confidence that people that just, well, we call it audacity, but I'd be like, yeah, it's just a level of confidence that they had, like, that might be a little higher than yours, or higher than ours, higher than mine. They're just real confident. You know what I'm saying? So we need to have that confidence, like, about ourselves. So that's what we were talking about. I was like, I need a person with confidence. You know what I'm saying? I can't be with someone who I got to help build your confidence up every day. I need you to already come confident. Like, seriously. Because if you come confident, if I see that you are very confident about yourself, about how you look, about what you do, about everything, then I'm going to hold that same level of, I'm going to have a different level of respect for your confidence. You don't think about that. Like, that's the perspective you don't think about. Nobody thinks about that. I'm going to have a different level of respect for your confidence, because I'm like, you know what? This girl's confident in what she put on. And you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be bad at it, because it works for her. It works for her. It works for her. And she don't play about her. She don't play about, hey, I got to do this at XYZ time, so I need to be here. She don't play about being on time for stuff. She don't play about when she got a plan for the day that she sticks to it. And she don't play about that, so I'm not going to play about that. I'm going to respect that. So if we want to talk, listen, I may send that text and say, hey, whenever you available, hit me up later. That's cool. Because I understand that you don't play about, your reading time or your meeting times that you have or whatever. You don't play about that. So I'm going to respect that. And that's the confidence that she has in knowing that, hey, I'm confident enough to know that this is what I have and I need you to meet that. So when it comes down for me for confidence, I need a confident woman. I need her to know that, like, not only are you confident in your looks, not only are you confident in all of that, but you're also confident in me to know that, look, if we're dealing with each other, you good. I don't care how many women I work around, how many women I may know, we good. I need that kind of confidence, and that's security. And that's security that I give. I give that security. I'm very respectful. That's why I say cheating is a choice. Cheating is a choice. And some of us have made that choice. I have once. I did. But you know what I'm saying? Like, cheating is a choice, I believe. I mean, y'all can argue me down in the argument in the comments. That's fine. Cheating is a choice. Because if I'm with my person, like, she's gonna know I'm with her. She's with me. It ain't no, she go with me, I don't go with her. It ain't that. Let's leave that conversation. Like, But I'm not about to be in nothing like that where I'm like, you like me, I don't like you like that. Like, no, we probably not even gonna be cool because, you know what I'm saying, the feeling, you still like me, even though I told you I don't have those feelings. You know, we can't be friends after that, you know? But again, like I said, these are conversations. I love having so many different kind of conversations with my friends, and you know what I'm saying. And we acknowledge each other's growth. We acknowledge each other's, healing. Like, yo, friend, that was big because last month you weren't there. You know what I'm saying. Last month we were talking about X, Y, and Z, and but now it is progress. It takes time. Give yourself grace, man. I had to learn that. Give yourself grace. Some days you're good because you don't think about certain situations. And I give myself praise for that. I do. I be like, yo, you didn't even think about, the situation, or how you could have been handling this, or, the audacity of this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You ain't thought about that today. Like You good, Julia. You good. Thank you. Like I mean, like, yeah, that's progress. That's progress. Give yourself grace. I like I said, even with this whole situation, health wise that I'm going through, like I have to give myself grace. Like, and even though the days that I have that I'm like, yo, this was better than yesterday. I see the swelling going down in my hands. Like, yes, I'm always like for that, and then I'm just like, thank God for that. Like, God, thank you. Thank you. I'm one day closer to my healing and restoration, complete restoration. I'm one day closer. Thank you. You got to give yourself grace. You got to acknowledge those moments. You got to acknowledge the things that are good. You know what I'm saying? Like if you acknowledge, if you see it, acknowledge it. Why not? I do. And then the thing is, I have another friend. We were talking, and she was saying how she really, how you got to really also, like I said, talking about the things that you want from other people. You got, like I said, that you have to give to yourself. She was like, I just learned to fall in love with me and fall in love with my body. And I was like, and you should completely, because you should, because that body, you should. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like, you should. Why not? Why not? Why not? You look good. You look good. Yes. And it's not. Girl, yes. I'm big. I'm a gas up. I gas up all my femme friends, all my straight friends. I gas y'all up. It don't mean I don't want y'all. Y'all know I don't want you. And because y'all would know it's a different type of energy I'm going to give if I like you. It's a different type of energy you going to feel for me. A compliment, that's not it. I be gassing up all my friends. And I'll be like, girl, you should. You fine. What is you talking about? Ain't nothing wrong with a compliment. Y'all should try complimenting other people. For real, you should. Because how do you feel when you get a compliment? It make you feel good, right? Give that energy to somebody else. It don't hurt to compliment somebody. You know what I'm saying? If you like what they got on, say it. I don't care if it's weird to talk to people. If they're going to take it as you trying to talk to them, they need to do some work. That's on them. A compliment does not mean I'm trying to talk to you. Child, please. How I compliment you, you would know if I'm trying to talk to you. Yes. How I compliment you is how I'm trying. We'll let you know if I'm trying to talk to you now. But if I'm just like, girl, you look good, rock that shit, pop your shit. Because you know me, I'm big on popping your shit. I'm big. I think people should pop their shit. I don't think people pop their shit enough. We don't pop our shit enough because we don't want to come off as arrogant and cocky or delusional. Bitch, fuck these people. If they think like I'm so serious, that's my motto. Fuck these people. If they feel like that, that's on them. That's on them. They ain't gonna support. They ain't gonna support no way. I believe what I'm doing is a good thing. I believe that, whatever God has for me is for me. Period. Whatever it is. This new job I got. What God had for me is for me. Y'all, I got a new job, y'all. Yes, I got a new job. And if you know my job situation and the bullshit I had to deal with that job, I've been looking for a job for the last 6 to 7 months. And the job market has been trash. But God came through. And I knew he was going to come through. I knew, because first of all, I always tell people, God don't play behind me. He don't play about me. He don't play behind me. And he's coming for me. He's coming to my rescue. So watch how you handle me. So what you may think is a setup for you to try to destroy me or hurt me or whatever, people, y'all gotta realize God see that too. And you really think you doing something, you're not gonna be blessed. God is real sensitive behind me. Ooh wee, and I love it. Ugh, baby, I love it. Real sensitive behind me. But yeah, so I just tell people like, yo, like my job, I got a new job. God, it's like how God works things out. You know what I'm saying? And we just got to pay attention to it through all of that, through the healing, through the stages of, healing physically as well. You know what I'm saying? There were lessons in all of that. And so again, even in that, like I was like, yo, I didn't want to record because I ain't gonna lie, my hands were swollen, so I was not recording. My hands were big. My hands were like so puffy to the point to where like I still got, like I said, a little bit right here, but these joints were so puffy, like I had dimples in my knuckles. I look like I cooked real good for the church anniversary, pastoral anniversary dinner in the funeral repast. Yes. But I'm good. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I think I take those moments and I'm like, God, I thank you for these moments. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I got a new job and it's so crazy because it came right on time. Right on time. And it's just like, what's for you is for you, period. Because they had just denied me from having another option or taking another option or having the opportunity to see if I could switch the late shift that they gave me that I shouldn't have had to 8 to 4:30 or 8:30 to 5. And they was like, no, you're going to work 9:30 to 6. And I told them I couldn't do it because I have evening obligations. And they was just kind of like, so what? So I said, okay. Within an hour of me getting off from work, before I got off work, my manager told me about that. Within the next hour, literally, I was pulling out to go to the barbershop. They called me and offered me the job that I had recently interviewed for. And it was what I wanted to do. Baby, what? Y'all can have this little fuck ass little late shit because I'm only going to do it for 2 weeks so I can get that check and do what I need. You know what I'm saying? So what's for you is for you. So pop your shit because you are the shit. I knew, I was like, you know what? I already knew God was coming through for me. I already knew like, yo, I'm not going to stay at this job the way y'all handed me y'all asses to kiss every day, every week, every time, and in my annual review, y'all handed me y'all ass to kiss. My bonus, y'all handed me y'all ass to kiss. You know what I'm saying? But then y'all want to be on me because no. And you can't even do me this solid of letting me have this earlier shift because I told you about my evening obligations. Nah, I got y'all. Y'all can try to mishandle me as much as you want, but God will come through where I am fully remote. I ain't got to go in at one time. No hybrid bull crap, none of that. I'm at home like I like to be for work. I'm making more money. Not dealing with the bullshit that I got to deal with for less money that you paying me. You see what I'm saying? It was just too much. Y'all not giving me nothing to balance the bullshit with. So I was just like, oh yeah, no, I'm good. And I didn't say nothing to them till the day of, which was for this past Friday. I was like, yeah, no. Giving y'all my 2 weeks notice, even though I wanted to say effective immediately, but I knew because I was going to a competitor, I knew they was gonna let me go. Yep, when y'all do it, but I'm letting y'all know. So yeah, so what's for you is for you. And then once I move on to the new job and move on from that and then, to wherever I'm moving to and things like that, I know there's going to be more that's going to open up for me. And like I said, these are the type of conversations me and my friends have. More is going to open up for me because now I'm moving on my journey. I'm in the season that I'm supposed to be in. Everything is a season. Everything is a season. And you have to acknowledge it and you have to understand what is this season for? Is this a season of love for me? No, it's not. Is it, and people do not ever realize that. Yes, we have to realize, is this a season of love for me? Because everybody wants to get out of a relationship and then get into another one. But is this your season for love? Maybe this is your season to really work on you. Maybe this is your season to launch something that you have been putting off. Because of love. So stupid. like because of love. No, this is something you were supposed to supposed to have done, have done, and working on and learning and progressing because you know what you saw for yourself, you know what God showed you, you know what I'm saying, you know where it's gonna take you. But hey, it's cool. We on time. We are on time. We are on time. Like, seriously, it's just like, you got to realize it's just your season for love. Do I know that I am a good person in a relationship, especially based on my healing and my growth and things like that? Absolutely. I know someone is going to try to wipe me down in time. You see what I'm saying? Like, is this my time for love? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I haven't closed the door. But I have to evaluate. I have to assess everything. Like, okay, I have this going on. Is this going to be a distraction? Or I have this going on. Are you going to be able to understand that I have this stuff going on? Or do you got a lot going on that's going to require a lot of my attention that I can't give you and that I'm not going to be able to give you because I got to focus on this? Like, what is it? So I evaluate and assess everything, you know what I'm saying, to see, okay, and if it don't, cool, no love lost, it is okay, we can move on. Let's not waste each other's time. So it's just like healing has taught me a lot of that, like what works for me in the beginning. Things that, you know what I'm saying, little pieces of red flags that I accepted previously with previous people, you know what I'm saying, that ultimately in the end caused me to have some issues, and you know what I'm saying, and then push me further back. No, we're not doing that no more. We're not doing that no more. So that's what it is. So yeah, so like I said, these are just different conversations me and my friends had. Like I said, we really be talking about confidence. That's across the board. Even the films want the mask and the studs to be confident. They want the men to be confident. Men, fellas, these ladies want y'all to be confident. And what y'all be thinking that they want, they really don't. They really don't. We all overthink things. We do. And then social media, of course, is trying to be the guideline or the narrative of how dating should be. No, what dating should be what works for you. Let's be straight up. The economy and all these tariffs and all this other bullshit this clown is doing in the office, like, hey, look, I may not be able to take you to where you really, really want to go. These all expensive dinners that we always go to. We might have to cook at the house. Even in that, you know what I'm saying? We still spending money, but at least we ain't got to pay for parking. We ain't got to pay to get in. We ain't got to do all this other stuff. We at the house, we can drink. We can do whatever we want to do and not have to worry about driving under the influence, or we can just take our asses right in the room and go to sleep. Like, it's just, it's a lot that we all have to now rethink that nobody is really wanting to talk about. Like, okay, so there are things that, like I said, we're having to rethink things. So if we see that little piece of red flag in the beginning, like, oh, she always liked to be out, but you know what? I'm trying to live smarter right now. So that's not going to work for me. And that's cool. I don't care how fine she is. I don't care how understanding she is. I don't care how amazing she may be in other areas. But that one thing, is going to get you off course of something that you're trying to work on, something you're trying to build. It's going to get you off course. Because it is. When I tell you it's going to get you off course, it's going to get you off course. Because let me tell you something that I've realized. This is my fearless perspective. Y'all can argue me down if you want, but this is the damn truth. Anytime you're doing something good, it always seems like the thing that the person is doing that is negative or opposite of what you're trying to do that's good. You can never win them over. They always be like, well, what's wrong with me going out every night? I just like to go out and have a good time with my friends. Yes, that's fine, but you don't be having the money to pay your bills, and you come to me instead of me saying, hey babe, instead of you always going out with your friends and spending all this money, why don't we just do something at the house, or why don't we do something on a different scale? Like, let's do something a little different. You know, I'm not saying live beneath your means or making somebody live beneath their means. Live beneath your means because you want to. I'm not saying change up a person's the way that they hang out. No, I'm just saying let's look at things a little bit more logically. You can never win someone up. That's just like you dating somebody and you don't do powder. I'll say you don't do powder, But they do. Eventually, you're going to start doing that shit with them. Eventually. It's never, hey, get off that shit. It's never that. Get off that shit, and then they get off of it, and then they live in a whole clean life. No. It's always whatever is negative. You can never. I've dated women who are not women. I've dated one woman where that's all she did was go out, and then thought I was boring because I was like, I don't go out like that. I've been there, done that. Got bored with that shit within a year or two. I get bored easily. So, but she was just always out with all her friends everywhere. And of course it was here in Atlanta. So even if it's a restaurant, it's still a club. But you going out all the time. All the time. But then I'm like, babe, let's hang out together. Let's do something. That's boring. Why you don't want to hang out? Why you don't want to do? Because I don't want to go sit in the section and pay $300 for a bottle that's $50 to $60 that we got at the house. Like, I get it. It's the whole experience. But let's be a little bit more mindful. Like, hey, we trying to save up for this. Or we trying to, you know what I'm saying? No. So that's what I said. So that's why I rather look at the things and say, hey, if this doesn't line up with what I'm trying to do and she would rather do this or be this or not do, I'm just going to go ahead and let you be, because I got too much to focus on. And that's what I want y'all to realize, because it's going to pull you down. Unless they are really determined and they really care about you and they really love you and they are considering you. Because that's another thing we want to think about is, does this person consider me? Do they consider me? Friends, lovers, family, do they consider me? I'm telling you, like once you lock in, once you really lock into you, and once you start paying attention to so many things, not just in a dating sense, because that's what everybody thinks of. Like I said before, people get out of one relationship and instead of focusing on like, I need to heal for me, they're like, let me heal to get into this next relationship. No, I want to be the best, most amazing me for myself first, because I like her. I do. I'm not perfect. There's still some ways about me that I'm like, girl, come on, we gotta get this together. Come on, you gotta get this together. I'm learning what's really me, like what's just a part of me that I can't, get rid of or can't get away from. And you know what I'm saying? And then, okay, also that I have this, okay, so I'm a loving person, I'm a giving person, but I have to set boundaries around that. You know what I'm saying? I have to set boundaries around my kindness. Yes, you do have to set. Oh, I just thought about Eric Mays. Yes, you do. But yes, you do have to set boundaries around your kindness. You have to. You have to set those boundaries around your kindness. But like I said, like I have to learn, in that I learned what what's a part of me, or like, things that I tried to harden, but I couldn't. So the things that I couldn't harden because it was just my makeup, or just who I am, who God created me to be. Now I have to set boundaries around them. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's protecting my peace. It's protecting all parties involved. But most importantly, it's protecting my peace. Because I am the most important thing day in and day out. Me. You gotta look out for yourself. You gotta look out for yourself. You gotta be more selfish with yourself. But still not in a place where you're so selfish no one can get in. Like, don't do that. Like, it takes time to get to that place though, where you just like, I'm selfish with me. But I can still give you this part of me until I can see that I can now give you a little bit more. But don't be one of them people that just think they the most healed person in the world and they can't stand nobody else. Like, come on, stop that. Stop that. Healing is continual. Healing is never ending. You know what I'm saying? You're always learning something. You're always, like I was talking to one of my homegirls the other day. It was the funniest thing. She was telling me, this guy she was talking to, and he was just like, hey, if you call me later, I'm probably going to be asleep, because she already heard he was tired. It was the funniest thing, because I was laughing so hard when she told me. And she was like, she could already tell he was tired. And so she did call and he didn't answer. So she said she, I kind of felt some kind of way. And so she said, she was just like, wait a minute, why you not answering? She said he was like, he already told. I said, but he he told you he was probably gonna be asleep. And you heard that he was tired. And he's like a cool guy, like he ain't BSing you around. Like she said she realized then, you know what I'm saying? And she's a healed, I mean, my friend has healed. You hear me? She has been like, but she said she knew in that moment that she still needed some work. Because she said she was like, when she talked to him, she said he finally was just like, look, here's a key. You can pull up whenever. I ain't got nothing to hide. Like, I was laughing so hard. I was like, friend, you come on now. But at least she knew. She was like, yeah, I was like, okay, I ain't all that healed. I got some more healing to do. I was dying. That was the funniest thing to me because I was like, yeah, that is true. You have those moments like, that's why you ain't responding to my text. Like, but you be like, wait, we not even together like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's just different. You know what I'm saying? But I have learned, like, the older I've gotten, I'm 42. And in my healing process through previous situations, and especially the last situation, like, I know I've grown up a lot. I have. And I'm in a place where I'm like, yes, I am older. I know what I want with dating. I know what I want in a woman. Yes, she has to be confident. She has to be amazing. Like, she has to have some ambition. And like, even if, like, I joke around, be like, I don't want anybody who's just a regular ass employee. Like, she has, you know, if she got a good job and she's looking to move around in her job, I like that. You know what I'm saying? Looking for promotion, going for promotions and things like that. I like that. You know what I'm saying? So I have no problem with that, you know, but then also, like, you still got to understand that I have things I have to do too, you know. Like, my friends now, they be like, well, what you supposed to be doing with this podcast? You supposed to be doing some more episodes? What you doing? You know, are you got everything you need? You know, so I appreciate friends like that because that support is everything. And especially if you have it in a companion, in a partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, it doesn't matter. Have somebody that supports you, especially if you're dating them. They gotta be supportive. They have to, and that's for me. Now I can't say that's for everybody, you know, and it's not for everybody because you want your person to support you, like, because if not, somebody else will. Yeah, somebody else will support you, and that's just the truth. I don't care what nobody says. No, because I was like. Look, I've been around quite a bit, you know, especially as a musician, even in the church. And there are people that, you know, especially a lot of singers that I dealt with, like, played for and stuff like that and supported. A lot of them were women. And I'm like, y'all husbands never be at none of y'all stuff. And I used to be like, dang, how does that make them feel? Like, I wouldn't, you know, because I didn't know them enough to ask them, but I used to be like, dang, how did that make them feel? And then in passing conversation amongst other people, I've learned that, oh no, her husband wasn't there to support, but somebody else was. And I was like, oh, well, yeah, okay. Okay. Somebody else was. Husband was never there to support. Husband was never there. Nothing. Like, you know, somebody be like, where that husband at? You know, I don't. Like, I'm coming to support my person. I don't care if my person plays soccer. I don't know shit about soccer, but y'all just supposed to run in the same team, you know, like basketball, because I play basketball. You know, you're going to pass it until you get to the goal. You know what I'm saying? That's all I know about soccer. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the technicalities. I don't know nothing else. Like, you know, I just know you can't use your hands. That's all. But if my person plays soccer and she good at it and that's what the fuck she do, then I'm gonna be there and I'm gonna tell my friends, yo, my girl got a game we need to be at. We going. It's an adult league, of course. You know what I'm saying? So they play. Let's go. We gonna pull up with the cooler. We gonna pull up. We gonna be cheering for number whatever. We gonna be cheering for the team. Like, I'm supporting. I don't know nothing about soccer. I'm gonna carry her bag. I'm gonna do everything. What? Yes, give me somebody I can support. And whatever she doing and whatever she enjoys, shit. And I'm gonna learn about it. I'm gonna ask questions. I may not be fluent in what you do, but I'm gonna ask questions. Especially, like, come on, like, that you just need that. You need friends that support you. You know, even with this podcast. Yeah, I understand. The friends, like I said, that's why you never, would hear me thanking y'all enough for tuning in and everything, because you ain't. This is a, this is a TV show pretty much. It's an hour long, if not longer. You know what I'm saying? And you give your listening support, your listening hours and things like that, and then you support. You let me know I watched the episode. I'm like, oh, for real, thank you, because that means a lot. And then, and then if you turn around and you reshare one of my reels, reshare my story or something, and and I'll be like, yo, thank you. Because even though you may not watch, there's people on your news feed or your timeline, rather, that follow you that do watch podcasts. Like I said, all of my girls that I follow, pretty much, they're either straight or femme. I have some masks and stuff like that, but I'm saying the content creators that I know, these are content creators I know. They're girly girls. They're one of the girls. So what do they talk about? They're beauty influencers. They're fashion influencers. Their style is not my style, but I take notes, and they be looking good. They be looking good. You hear me? They all be looking good. My girl Chelsea Simone in Houston. Chelsea, I get so many tips and stuff. I love Chelsea. Chelsea's stories be funny to me. I'm telling you. But Chelsea be doing the damn thing, and I appreciate it. But I watch her, like I pay attention. But that's one of the girls, and that ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't wear makeup like that. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't dress the way she does. But I be like, okay, for when I do talk to somebody who is into that kind of style, I can reference her. My best friend Alicia, same thing. I reference her. She's one of the girls. And I support her as my best friend. Same thing. Alicia gets it in at the gym every day. I don't work out every day no more. But I'm like, yo, that's my friend. I'm proud of what she's doing. I'm paying attention to her stuff. All the other girls, they get on there and talk about lashes. They talk about the hair. They talk about everything. And I gas them all of them. I'm like, you look good. You wearing that shit. Yes, ma'am. You look good tonight. Oh, I see you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yes, this is what it is. Because they're in their vein. They're in their flow. That's what they do. That's what they've been graced to do. We've all been graced to do something. Yes, there's a bunch of podcasters out there, but nobody's graced to have the same grace as Julia. I don't have the same grace as the next person. I don't. But I know the grace that's on my life to do what I do and to reach those who I'm supposed to reach, right? What's for me is for me. What's for you is for you. Yes, there's a bunch of people doing the same thing. But what sets you out is your grace that's on your life and your and being able to tune into your true authentic self. Like, seriously, I'm not out here trying to be like nobody else. I'm not. I know who I am. I know what I am. Yeah, so tune in. It's going to be a good time. I promise y'all every time. I'll finish my drink. I'm about done. But yeah, I'm just saying, like I said, these are the things that me and my friends, we talk about a lot. And I enjoy it. I love, it's so, like I said, I could never say, it's so refreshing being able to just have intellectual ass conversations with friends and talk about everything from spirituality to dating to everyday life to the economy to, girl, I ain't sleep well last night. I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? Wow, girl, why was you up? And you could tell me, and I not judge. I'm probably gonna crack a joke somewhere in there. I'm gonna crack a joke or I might roast you a little bit. And then they not get offended because they gonna laugh too. And you know what I'm saying? Or say some shit back. Like, bitch, what you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, whatever. Yes, okay. All my friends know my mouth is slick. All my friends know. I'm gonna say some joke. I'm gonna say something. But have that. You know what I'm saying? That's just good to have. And I'm realizing, like I said, the older I get, I'm the type of friend. Like my mom, I learned how to be a friend for my parents. I will say that. Because back then, me and my sister, we were talking about this not too long ago. Is how, like, my dad, he was a cool ass dude. Still a cool ass dude. But back in the day, I'm talking about late 80s, early 90s, you know, he had the kickbacks at the house. The kickbacks before kickbacks were called kickbacks. You know what I'm saying? In the basement. You know what I'm saying? Him and his boys. And then the guys that would come visit my dad just on a regular weekend, just to stop by the house and stuff. Even after he stopped partying and stuff like that, it was the same rotation of guys, like the same three guys that I can remember. It wasn't a whole crew of them. He had the same 3 friends that always came to visit him. You know what I'm saying? And same thing with my mom. I learned how to be a friend from my mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm just like, dang, I see how, you cook something and you call your friend, girl, come over here and get a plate for this, and this, and this, and this. And I'm like, that's how I want it to be. That's like, my friends ain't gonna be hungry. I ain't gonna let my friends be hungry. Yes, groceries are crazy. Y'all, we need to get back into having community. We always watch shows like Good Times. We watch shows like the Jeffersons and things like that. Back then, they had community. They knew their neighbors. They looked out for their neighbors. They were close with their neighbors. They were friends with their neighbors. Their neighbors were like family. You know what I'm saying? My neighbor, I kick it with my neighbor all the time. Like when I move from out here, I'm gonna be sad because I'm like, yo, that's my boy. His family, I love his family. They love me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just like, this is what we need. Like, hey, if you hungry, like my friends, like I get ready. Random Friday nights, yo, I'm cooking. Come by, cause I like to cook and I can cook. So yeah, we're gonna have good food, good drinks, good times. Whether we sitting around talking, watching something, or playing games or whatever, we're gonna have a good time. Just come through. I love people like that. I love when I meet women and that's what they say. They be like, girl, my friend, she coming over and get a plate. Then I be like, so you be cooking for your friends? Yes, I cook for my friends. Come get a plate. I be like, I like that. I pay attention to stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it's not an afterthought of, girl, I cooked this food 3-4 days ago. I was about to throw it out. You want it? No, because I'm going to cook it fresh and tell you to come get you a plate. And if you can't come today, but you can come tomorrow, I'm going to put you a plate to the side. But all I'm saying is build community, y'all. Be your true, authentic self and build community. We need each other. We really do. We really and truly do. We really and truly do. If we were more honest with ourselves, then we could be comfortable and confident enough to be honest with other people. I tell people now, if somebody says, let's go do X, Y, and Z, I'll tell you, honey, I was adulting this week. I can't go. I don't care how you view me. I'm going to enjoy this month, these bills that I paid for, that I had to pay for this week. I'm going to enjoy that. You can come over here, I can come over there, but I'm not about to go pay for parking, pay to get in somewhere, and do all this just to have a mediocre ass time, and then be thinking about, I wish I was at home on my couch watching TV or in my bed watching my show. So that's it. But listen, y'all, I know, like I said, this show, it was just different. Like I'm in a good place. I'm so thankful for the place. Like I really wish we all would give ourselves props and give ourselves the acknowledgement and acknowledge the moments where you are in a good place. Because some days are not always good. Like when I'm having a good day, I'm like, yo, thank you God for this day. It's been a cool day. Like these people didn't get on my nerves at this job. Like I am good. My pain levels were cool. I'm good. Thank you. Thank you. Because I'm expecting the same the next day. Or if not, if it's a little different, I know that I can manage through it. Because yes, all things are well. So listen, I want you guys to always be well. Take care of yourself. Focus on yourself. Like for real. I would never tell you enough to pop your shit. Focus on yourself and do the work. Do the work for real. I know that that's a phrase that everybody's like, been wearing that out. No, do the work for real. Whatever that may look like for you. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of work I did. I had a therapist, but I did a lot of the work myself. You know what I'm saying? She was cool. We'll talk about that another day. But yeah, it was just like, just a lot of realizations and stuff that I had during this whole process of healing. And then it's just like you just become more self-aware in a lot of areas, and you become more confident. Yes. Yes, you become more confident in so many areas. I'm so confident in so many damn areas in my life. I'm just like, yo, I probably could do anything I really wanted to do that, put my mind to. So let's see. Because what's for me is for me. That's all I'm saying. What's for you is for you. But you can't really truly receive what's truly for you until you are your true authentic self. Y'all will get sick of me saying it, but that is the God honest truth, and that is what I have found to be true. Until you're able to really show up as your true, authentic self, then those things that are for you are really gonna show up. Okay? All right. Anyway, thank you again for tuning in. Listen, y'all know how to follow me. Of course, I'm on IG. My personal page is j.smith517. Then the Fearless Perspective, the pod. That's the IG page. Make sure y'all go follow that page and just y'all just reshare the stuff. That's all I'm asking. Because somebody gonna follow. They rock with me on TikTok. I posted a couple clips on TikTok, and baby, TikTok came running. Just saying, these are people I don't even know. I know y'all asses on Instagram and stuff like that. But yeah, so TikTok is all right. I like TikTok. But yeah, so also on TikTok, I'm j.jay38 on TikTok. And then also, if you also want to email me, collaborate with anything pertaining to the podcast, want to be a guest on the show, and we rock like that, or you got something you really want to talk about, a topic that you want me to bring onto the show, feel free to email at info@fearlessperspectives.com. All right. I promise you, it's just me. I'll see it. We'll talk about it and we'll go from there. Again, like I'm down for collaborations. I'm down for, interviews from people who have some good things to talk about, and we can have a good conversation and good dialogue about it, right? But it's not a podcast. You won't get on here ranting and raving about who hurt you and things like that, unless we're coming with some solutions, okay? So so keep that in mind, because I got a lot of people like, I can't wait to get on the show. And I'm like, we don't even talk, but so like for real, it's interesting, but no cocky stuff, but it's just realization. Like we don't even talk. I'm not just trying to have people on the show just to get an episode out or anything, or for clickbait or anything like that. We're gonna have substance on this show. All right, we're gonna talk about a little bit about everything. So yeah, so y'all have a wonderful week. I'm glad that y'all tuned in again. Please feel free to share, like, comment, and subscribe to YouTube, to Instagram, wherever, and tell people to tune in. We're gonna have a good conversation, and like I said, we're building community. So again, if you have something you want to talk about, just let me know. Hit me up at info@fearlessperspectives.com, or if you got my number and we talk, just text me. I got you. You know what I'm saying? And we'll talk about it. But yeah, like I said, me and my friends will be having cool ass conversations, and I just bring some of these topics here. I wish some of them would want to come on the show, but yeah, it's funny. But yeah, we take those topics and I bring them to y'all because I like to hear their perspectives on things, and we have that dialogue, and then y'all can hear it, and then because a lot of y'all may have the same thoughts or things like that, so we're gonna do that. But anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I will see y'all next week, and we will have another conversation about God knows what, who happened, because y'all know my story times be my story time, because stuff is always happening. Oh God, stuff is always happening. So we gonna always have something to talk about. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Y'all be easy and y'all take care. Peace.